Hello and welcome to the Movie Mad channel. It's James here, and I'm at the caravan, as you can see. I can't really upload any videos while I'm here because it just doesn't like it. But what I did, I thought I'd get my old laptop out and see if I can do a live stream of my weekly watches, and then hopefully it records that eventually, and it will go out. Let's stay my hair. Yeah. Also, this is a very, very old camera on this laptop because it's a very old laptop, and so it's probably why does it look like my hair's all out of sync? Maybe it's just the camera, maybe it's just me. So I thought I would just discuss my weekly watches and what I've been watching over the last couple of weeks, and if anybody does tune in, which I find highly unlikely, live, they might ask me a couple of questions. But we'll start off with a movie that I went to the cinema to see just before my holiday, and that is A Quiet Place Day One. Now, I've been to the cinema to see the second Quiet Place, and I really, really enjoyed the first Quiet Place. And the first Quiet Place was really good, and I actually really enjoyed the second one as well. But unfortunately for me, A Quiet Place Day One just did not have a decent story to it at all. I was going to expecting, that there's going to be like a big massive war with the aliens, the army taking them on, and it turned out to be a journey of I suppose I better say spoiler alert. So if you're watching this and you haven't seen The Quiet Place Day One, you might want to freeze for now. But basically, it was a story of a girl with terminal cancer and a cat trying to get some pizza. Now, instead of trying to be rescued, basically she was going through the streets knowing that she was probably going to die with a cat trying to get some pizza. And I'm going to be honest with you, I actually fell asleep during the movie. My wife had to wake me up. That's what I felt about it. So A Quiet Place Day One for me was a big disappointment. Big disappointment for me. So next, at the caravan, I watched Reinfeld, and that was actually a really good movie. I enjoyed it. It's Dracula's assistant, Dracula, played by Nicolas Cage. You always enjoy, and I thought he put on a decent performance, especially when his Dracula teeth in that particular movie. I thought it was really, really, really good. And that movie, I say, it was basically Dracula being Dracula treating Reinfeld, who is his familiar, in an abusive relationship. He was going to therapy and stuff like that. I thought that was an excellent movie. So there we go. So watch that one. If anybody's got any thoughts or on the movie they are watching, you can put in the live chat if you want. I'll go on to a movie I watched last night. Now, this movie is out of print on Blu-ray. It's quite difficult to get. I found when I tried to get it, and a couple other people have been looking for it, and that is Big P33. He was looking for it as well, but he eventually found it, and that is The Girl Next Door. So that movie is a feel-good movie from 2004. I really, really don't think you would get away with making The Girl Next Door right now. It stars Elijah Cuthbert from 24 and a naive high school student who's played by, I don't know. Maybe I should look it up. If anybody does know who it is, then they can let me know. I've seen him in a couple of other things. But he's the only one that that's the only movie I've seen him in, I think. So I watched that one last night, and I think it's just a really good story. and I've watched it over and over again. But the Blu-ray's out of print. But basically, a sideshow student falls for a reformed porn star who's trying to get out of the business. So things go wrong. She ends up going back there, and he chases him back and wins the girl, as all good stories do. But there's also some other nice bits in that film that I like. And the bad guy is the bad guy out of Die Hard 4. He also plays the hardware man in Deadpool. Forgot his name, but he was really good in it as well. Uh, oh, there's Darren, the comic room. How are you doing? As I say, I'm at the caravan and I can't really upload here because essentially my uploads just completely fail if I ever try and upload a video. So I thought I would go live, and then hopefully YouTube will save this and it'll be replayed. But whether it'll work or not, I'm not quite sure. But I'm just talking about my weekly watches, things that I've watched, and thanks, thanks, Darren. So things that I've watched over the last couple of weeks. So I started off with A Quiet Place Day One. Did not enjoy that. Really thought it was a terrible movie, in all honesty, and that's a shame because I really liked the first two Quiet Place movies. I then followed that up with Reinfeld and The Girl Next Door, which is a 2004 movie that's out of print now, difficult to get, and it's a feel-good romantic comedy, you could call it, in there. Now, I have also watched Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and I thought that was a really good movie. I enjoy Rise. I think Dawn is a great Planet of the Apes movie. War of the Planet of the Apes, again, it's a good movie, but I think it let me down a little bit. I wanted to see more war, battles between the humans and the apes and that, but it just, maybe it was because I went in there. I actually seen it in the cinema in 3D, and I watched it and I thought it was all right, but I just thought it could have been more. And the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, actually, I think was really, really good. How they progressed it from the humans being in charge to the apes being almost in charge and trying to get in there. Oh, I've got another watcher. Chris Quigley Shooter Surprise DVD. I don't know what that means. Sorry. So the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I watched that and I thought that was an excellent film. Some of the characters, the apes and the humans in that were really, really good. They've got the guy who plays Frank in The American Shameless. He's also in Boogie Nights. I forget what his name is. He was a character in this movie playing an advisor to the new Caesar of the Apes, and I thought it was a pretty good one. Next, I followed it up with The Cobbler, which is an Adam Sandler movie that I've not watched, and I watched it the other day there, and it was surprisingly good. I enjoyed it. I'm an Adam Sandler fan, and I do like a lot of his comedies. And I watched the Cobbler, and basically the story of the Cobbler is that he's a tailor. He's inherited a tailor shop from his father, and he discovers that if he puts on anybody who's came in to get their shoes repaired, he appears as that person. And he's like all movies like this. He starts off trying to use that to his advantage, but then he tries to use it to do some good. And there's a great twist at the end of the movie, which I won't spoil for you, but I thought it was a really good one. So that's the next movie I watched was The Cobbler with Adam Sandler, and I do recommend that one. So that's 6 movies. So it was over the course of a couple of weeks. I then followed it up with a classic Steven Seagal, Under Siege. Hi AJ, how you doing? I was just saying I don't go live very well ever, to be honest with you, but I can't upload videos at my grand's caravan, so I am here doing that and just going over some of the movies that I watched over the last week or so, to be honest with you. And I say I watched the out of all the Steven Seagal movies you've watched, what one would you say was the best one? I think that Under Siege is probably the best Steven Seagal movie. It's a classic, and Gary Busey being his crazy self, Tommy Lee Jones being a narcissist, and the combination of the two crazies with Steven Seagal and what's the girl's name? Is it Eliza? Eliza, the one on the train. I've not watched the one on the train. AJ's just saying there that he prefers Under Siege 2, and that's the one on the the. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a long time since I've seen it. Did I like it? Yeah, I probably did, but it's been so long. I remember he's on the. I remember he's on the train with his niece, and it's a nuclear train, and somebody tries to capture it. That's all I remember about that. But the original one on the USS Nimitz, and they filmed it on there, I think, which was pretty good. Favorite Seagal, Nico. I'm going to be honest with you. I've not seen Nico. I'm sure I've got it. I've not watched it. And Hard Kill. I'm pretty sure I've seen that one, but it's not been. It's been a while since I've watched that. Since I've watched that one, but as I was saying, Under Siege with the girl at Baywatch. I cannot remember the girl at Baywatch's name. Begins with an E, I know that, but basically him and her trying to save the ship. So it's obviously a popcorn film, and Steven Seagal doing his kick. Well, he doesn't do many kicks, but he does his Navy SEAL tactics. Yeah, you're right, AJ. After the 90s, Steven Seagal's movies did not work out well. But as you said, that's right, Eric Laniak. That's who it is. Yep. And after the 90s, Steven Seagal's career and movies deteriorated significantly. And Executive Decisions, I've got that in the 4 Steven Seagal pack, and I have watched it, but he's only, no spoiler alert, he's only in it for like 2 minutes, isn't he? On there. So, but I just watched that classic. I enjoyed it. I like when Gary Busey going absolutely mad. Tommy Lee Jones, when he's in the control room, and they're obviously hungry. They've got like a roast beef, and they're just chucking the roast beef to each other like cavemen. And I just like that. And Steven Seagal obviously tries to come in and save the day. So I watched that as well. Next, I watched a film that I've not watched since must be the 90s. It must be in 1996, 97, something like that. Maybe a bit earlier, and that is City Slickers. With Billy Crystal. And I forgot what a feel-good movie that is. It's quite I don't think there's a UK release. It's the first City Slickers. So I actually watched it on Amazon Prime. And then after I watched it, I went on to Amazon and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it I couldn't find an English Blu-ray of it, but I did find a second-hand one from Momo-X on Amazon, so order it up. And it's what's strange about City Slickers is, like, in 1995, or when I watched it, I must have been like maybe 19, 20, something like that, or maybe even just slightly younger. And you're watching Billy Crystal lying there about turning 40. That's at the start of the movie. He's lying there saying, "Oh no, I'm turning 40. My life's going no there." Hi Larry, how you doing? And what I was watching was my perspective as a younger person watching that movie, and then thinking Billy Crystal's complaining about 40, and I'm turning 45, and he's like, his life's going nowhere, and he feels like he's stuck in a dead end job, and things are going wrong for him. And then he takes a 2-week holiday. Curly, the cowboy, and then as you know, he passes a wager in it, and they have to bring in the herd, and he feels like he's turned into what a real man is what like somebody that I can accomplish something. And sometimes I feel like that myself, that I can't accomplish stuff, like getting bookshelves up. I still phone my dad and get him to assist me, but he rescues the little cow Norman, and you see him at the end try to take him back to his apartment. I can't remember if Norman's in the second one. I haven't seen the second City Slickers for a while, but Curly's Gold is, and as AJ's just saying in the chat there, it just got a release recently. So I would like to follow up City Slickers with City Slickers 2. Next, I watched Snowden, which is a movie about the USA spying on people covertly, primarily to make sure there's the security thing, but Snowden turns them in because he believes they are too liberal with who they're spying on, and for the wrong reasons. Because if there's one person they're looking at, they actually look at the 6 other people contacts that they've got, and then 6 other people's, and it turns out virtually everybody was being monitored. And to be fair, we probably are being monitored like that by Google. I say when I said I was looking for City Slickers, it probably come up with an advert telling you that. So Snowden, I thought was an interesting film, and I believe he's now, it's a true story, and he's now in Russia, and because he faced charges, he would be gone back for being the whistleblower. I think that's a bit harsh, to be honest with you. So, AJ saying that Norman the cow is in the second one, is full grown on a petting zoo. I think I remember that, but it's been so long. I think I watched City Slickers 1 and then City Slickers 2 in quick succession, and I've never seen them again until the other day there. So I watched that Snowden one, and I thought that was pretty good. Next, for whatever reason, I watched Bridget Jones's Diary. Why did I watch that? You know what it was? Roy was watching the 3 of them, I think. Roy was watching Bridget Jones's Diary, the second one and the third one. I thought, you know what? I've not watched that for a very long time. I think I watched it once or twice, so I'll watch it again. And you know what? I did watch it, and there's a reflection on me that I actually enjoyed it. But that was just a quick watch, that one. Next, I watched The Survivalist. I believe that's got a German Blu-ray. I don't know if that's got a UK Blu-ray, The Survivalist. But basically, something's gone wrong in the world. You know me, apocalypse and all that. Where end of the world, doom. There's a guy living in a cabin, and he's living in the woods because it looks like society is broken down, and he gets 2 visitors, and it's just like a doomsday scenario. It's a bit like The Road. It's a bit depressing, like The Road, with Viggo Mortensen. Is it Viggo Mortensen? Yep. And I watched that too. So, how many films did I watch there? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've actually watched another one, which was The Beekeeper. The Survivalist is a Irish movie, I believe. I think it was an independent one. I don't think it was widely released. I don't think there isn't a. I don't think there's a UK Blu-ray. There's definitely a UK DVD on it, which I have. But I thought I froze for a second. But I don't know why it is, but I like a lot of disaster movies, end of the world movies, post-apocalyptic movies, and that's one of them. But this one was a bit depressing. There's a film with 2 guys, father and son in the woods, and him telling the son the world ended. Well, this one is a bit different because basically there's two brothers that go into the woods, but one of them dies. So that's not this one with Alicia Silverstone. No, this is different. This is different. This is different. This one, the world has gone to pot or whatever you want to call it. He's got like a wee farm and he's trying to grow just enough food for himself. And then two visitors come and he lets them in for uh, dubious reasons. He lets them in. And the older woman tries to kill him, but the younger woman wants to be with. It's all set in the woods in this one cabin, and there's very other scenes in it. And I think originally, when he trusted someone, his brother died because the two were living together. So that's what I'd check out. It's actually on that Amazon Germany sale at the moment, where you can get 6 Blu-rays for €30. I had to look at that one, and I thought it was going to be about £25 to get 6, but it worked out it was around about £33 pounds to get 6, and there was a few out of print ones in there that you could, or few ones that weren't released in the UK that you could get, or that are like really heavily out of print. Like Roy was saying the other day, Last Survivors is the one Alicia Silverstone's talking about. I think that's on Amazon Prime. I'll write that down for watching, shall we say, because that's my type of movie. Just grab my pen. The Last Survivors, recommendation from AJ for post-apocalyptic movies for myself. And I was just saying, there's the Amazon Germany 6 movies for, I think it works at about £33. There's a good few out of print ones in it. Like you can get The English Patient, which Roy was talking about, is absolutely rocketed in value in CEX. I got it, luckily for me, I got it at the charity shop for £2.50, but the CEX won £18 for the out of print The English Patient at the moment. That's on. You can get a German copy if you put it in that, and if it's £33 for 6, what does that work out? About £5.50 each. So you can get that one. There's a lot of other ones. What other ones did I look up last night? I'm just trying to think, because I go sometimes just go in, dreaming, add them to my Amazon basket, and then just have a look at, and just see what I'm going to look at later. And I actually had about €200 worth of them in my basket last night, because a lot of them were good ones that I wanted. But realistically, I might have bought 6, but I haven't even done that yet. I think I'll wait till I get back. Yeah, so The Last Survivors. I've seen that on Amazon Prime, and I will certainly do that. Also, I've got a few DVDs at the caravan here, and I was planning to watch those as well. I was going to watch this one, but I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Blazing Magnum. But that, when I tried to watch it, it kept on coming up in Spanish for some reason. I couldn't change the settings, but I'm sure I'll figure that out. So I watched, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 movies. So Quiet Place Day 1, Reinfeld, which I thought was great. The Beekeeper. I haven't even talked about The Beekeeper yet, have I? Right, so The Beekeeper, I watched that, and I thought that was one of Jason Statham's pretty decent films. Some Jason Statham films blur into obscurity with me, like The Mechanic. They just tend to all be the same. But this one was a bit different. He's a retired beekeeper, which is a specialist word for assassin or something like that. And his neighbour gets tricked and scammed into giving all her money away, and then he goes after the people that do it. But there's other people afoot trying to do it. And I thought that was a very good action film. I've got no rhyme or reason to the movies I watched, do I? I seen AJ. I seen AJ your last video when you were had all the boxes behind you. So I gathered that I gathered that you were moving house. AJ's in the comments and he's just saying that he's packed all his stuff away for Monday. There's nothing more stressful than moving house. So hopefully it all goes smoothly for you there. And I followed that up with the first Mighty Ducks with Emilio Estevez, and I really enjoy that movie. My kids enjoy it, and I just think it's uh, hilarious. To be honest with you, I do like ice hockey movies, and I quite like that. I think this is true, but after they filmed the Mighty Ducks, they never had a Mighty Ducks team, and they made one. That's how the Mighty Ducks at Anaheim were developed. Could be wrong. AJ's just saying that he likes the Beekeeper and he liked it on the first watch. So did I. I actually put. I've only watched it once. AJ said he didn't like it on the second one, but I've only watched it once, and I put it off for a long time. I was like, it's going to be another Jason Statham generic one, but maybe my opinion will change on it, but I thought it was good. I thought it was good. It's obviously got a rhythm to it. You know, the good guy wins. Essentially, but I actually watch a few YouTube channels which are dealing with that scammer payback and things like that. And some of these people, obviously in the Beekeeper, it's organised and it's all razzmatazz and getting them to take old people's money. But in reality, there are call centres sitting doing that. And watching Scammer Payback, he's got a channel, and basically he's seen them doing this live. He's phoning the authorities, he's phoning everybody, trying to get them to sort it, but nothing ever seems to happen. Even when they get arrested, the call centers open up the next day again, and the people aren't in jail because I don't know whether they've got the police in their pockets or whatever's happening there. But I watched that, and there was just something a bit satisfying when he went in and blew up the scam call center. I just found that like, seriously, if that actually happened in real life, would anybody be sorry? Probably would. It's just a movie. It's just a movie. But I just felt a little bit of satisfaction in that part for him, that they'd picked on the wrong person essentially, and he was going to sort them out, which is always a good theory of the movie. So I thought, I watched the Mighty Ducks. What did I watch? What did I try to watch last night? I said, it was a Girl Next Door. I watched last night. So that is essentially all the weekly watches that I've. Well, again, I keep saying weekly watches, but it's movies I watched over the last couple of weeks. I have got more, but there's a list at home, and I can't actually remember. That's all right, AJ. I'm going to be finishing up in a second anyway. It was just a quick half an hour live so that I could talk about my week watches, and hopefully YouTube will upload it afterwards without me going through the trouble of trying to upload from the caravan. So there you go. I say this is an old PC with a terrible webcam, and that's all I was doing. And that's it. I'm just about finished. So hope you've anybody who's watching enjoyed it or watches it on replay enjoys it. But I will see you next time, unless there is any questions before I go. Nope, doesn't look like it. The other thing is I tend to do these lives. I can't really do them in my own house because I don't have like a lot of space to do that. But I have got like a little bedroom with my grands here that I can use my old laptop in. So I appreciate it, and I appreciate anyone's watching. If you have watched and you have enjoyed it, then please have a look at my main videos on my channel. Hopefully they're better than this one, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.